Hi, I'm Norma Samuel with the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, UF-IFAS Extension, Sumter County. Today I'll be talking to you about eggplants. It's one of my favorite vegetables, and here you can see just a portion of my harvest for today. And I have this little white variety here that is called Casper, and it doesn't get much bigger than this. And this particular variety, this light purple variety, is called Rosita, and it's a Puerto Rican variety. And this huge one here is Burpee's hybrid. So these are some of the varieties that I have here in my garden. Well, by now you figured out that in the Samuel household, we pretty much grow most of the vegetables that we do eat. And one of our favorites is eggplants. And if you've never grown eggplant before, I highly recommend it. We have quite a few plants here, but all you need is 1 or 2 plants and you will have lots of eggplants. If you have limited space, you can just stick it in between your flower beds. As you can see, it's a beautiful plant. It has very large leaves and it has these beautiful flowers. And from time to time, you'll see the bees humming on these and, doing their pollinator thing. And so I do recommend adding eggplants to your landscape. We have these growing in containers, actually in 5-gallon buckets, and we haven't done much to them except spraying once when we noticed we were getting white flies. And that's the major pest problem that we encounter is white flies, and you can easily control those with horticultural oils or insecticidal soaps, and making sure you're spraying on the underside of the leaf because that's where they usually are. The other pest we find from time to time are flea beetles, and the flea beetles usually produce very tiny shot holes in the leaves. We haven't seen any of those for this season as yet, so that's good. Now, eggplants are one of the vegetables that when you put them in the ground in March, they will go all the way up to first frost. So you'll be getting eggplants all season long. You just have to keep them well watered and give them adequate fertilization. Because we have these growing in containers, we have to make sure that we're watering them daily. When you're growing vegetables, especially in containers, you do not want them to wilt because it's going to stress the plants. So do keep your vegetables that you're growing in containers well watered. Now we have quite a few varieties of eggplants growing in our garden. This particular one is a Burpee hybrid, and it's a large eggplant. And I like these large ones, especially if I'm making eggplant parmesan. They're very easy to slice and make your eggplant parmesan dish. When is the right time to harvest? Now would be a good time to harvest this one. It's about at the maximum size that it would get. You want to harvest your eggplants when they're shiny. If they become dull, it means they're a bit on the old side and, they're past their prime. So this is a good stage to harvest this one where it still has that gloss to it. When you're harvesting eggplants, you have to be careful because if you look closely on these, you see that they have some spines there, and those are very sharp. So I usually come in and I use my kitchen scissors, and I would just, use the kitchen scissors and snap them off right there. This next variety is Rosita. And Rosita is a Puerto Rican hybrid variety, and it's a pale purple eggplant, And this also is it comes to a large eggplant that's good for slicing. So that is the Rosita variety. And there you can see some more of it there. And you've already seen the basket that we've harvested. This next variety is a slender variety, and it's called Black Shine, and it produces a lot of, these small eggplants. And this is another really good variety that does well for us here. So again, if you're looking to add a plant that's really beautiful and has large leaves to your landscape and still provide you some food, I highly recommend, putting some eggplants in your garden. They're very easy to care for, and you can create lots of tasty dishes with eggplants. So go for it and get some eggplants added to your garden. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Let's Talk Gardening, and I hope you enjoyed learning all about eggplants. See you next time.